Hello and welcome to this broadcast on SHN Sports of this alumni football game between the Granger Lions and the Westwood Warriors. I'm Carl Schoening along with Brandon Jones. We're happy you joined us as we get to relive the glory days, Brandon. It's a flashback back to high school, and these guys are out here to play a classic game in pads, and you know, it's kind of always fun. They say Friday Night Lights, there's nothing like it. We're on a Saturday tonight, and we're at Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex, and these two teams are going back to their high school days, wearing their high school colors, and they're happy to do it.
Yeah, whenever you can get the chance to put your pads back on again and get back out here. It's not a Friday night, it's a Saturday night, but it'll work for this occasion right here. It's when you grow up and play football in Texas, Carl, it's always an honor to go out there and play with your brothers, and you're finally out there with your brothers again, so they're going to enjoy themselves. And it's a good cause as well, so it's going to be a good night tonight.
We have a lot of players who have never played together and some who have played together. It's a different event tonight as an alumni game spans across the generations. You have people in players who will be in their 40s and players who played last year. So definitely a fun time here tonight for these guys to get a good football tackle game going.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
They have the coin toss going on down there. Looks like the Warriors won, and they are elected to receive the ball. It'll be the Westwood Warriors wearing the black jerseys with orange trim and orange numerals, while the Granger Lions will be wearing the white jersey with orange numerals and black pants. A good amount of them have some red socks and shoes on, and must be nice to line up the cleats tonight, Brandon, as both teams get ready to get this game underway. We have the national anthem coming up, and we're going to play that.
Perform our national anthem.
Cedar Ridge Headliners with the national anthem. Nicely done rendition here as we are ready to get this football game underway. Going towards the north end zone will be the Westwood Warriors. Going to the south end zone will be the Granger Lions. All right, beg your pardon. They're going to switch sides right here. Looked like the Lions were about to line up facing the south end zone, so they're going to be going right to left. It'll be the Warriors kicking it away from the north side. Or excuse me, the Warriors receiving in this case. Here's some Warrior chants over here on the home side of the stadium. Granger, a good hour away here from the Austin area, and it's kind of a home game for the Warriors as they're usually used to playing in these games for district.
Yeah, it's a long trip for the Granger team, but whenever you're playing in Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex, it's always a blessing, one of the best fields in Central Texas for sure.
In the event I mispronounce a name, I am not doing it on purpose.
We have Kyle Jenke ready to kick this one away from the 35-yard line. 15 minutes on the clock for the first quarter. We're about to get this one underway. Jenke signals his men. He takes a 9-yard charge, kicks this one high and short over to the right side. It's bobbled, and falling on it will be the Warriors. The ball's still loose, and let's see what the officials say. Looks like the Granger Lions think that they picked it up, and Granger was able to get it. So kind of a high and short kick, and a little bit of rust right there on the left side of the field for the Warriors, and possession goes to the Lions to start this game off.
I know a lot of these guys used to get a lot of goosebumps and butterflies when they used to play on Friday nights. I'm sure those are coming back right about now, Carl.
And not 100% sure, but pretty sure these guys haven't been practicing all summer, so it is a situation where the cobwebs have to be shaken off just a little bit. The Granger Lions will huddle up and discuss the plays. You can imagine that the play clocks will be used tonight. They're going to start off in the I formation. Under center is Jim Bird. And whistles blow this play dead as Bird was about to hand it off, and this in the area of a false start.
5-yard penalty. It'll remain first down. First and 15 from the 40.
Yep, 5-yard penalty. So first and 15 now. The ball moves back to the 40. Eric Walker is the man in the backfield who got the handoff, and it looked like he was about to have a dive on the play, and instead the false start backs them up, and they'll try it again.
Looking at these rosters earlier, Carl, there's a lot of ex-Longhorns on both sides of the ball, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Bird under center. I formation. Handoff to Walker off right guard. He's able to pick up a few yards near the original start of the chains. Pickup of 3 to the 37-yard line.
Brought down by number 82.
The tackle for the ISD players as they were able to get in on it. Looked like Josh Turner down there.
Josh Turner, one of those former Longhorns I was speaking about. He's got a lot of talent. He just got out of UT, so he's got a lot of playing under his belt recently, unlike a lot of these guys.
I feel like it's a little unfair sometimes. See how it goes. Here it goes, 2nd and 12. And whistles blow this play dead as flags come onto the field, and might be another false start. It will be. So we'll keep it on 2nd down.
And now will be 2nd down and 17.
Ball moves back to the 42-yard line. The yard to gain is the 25 here. Play clock down 15 seconds as the Lions break their huddle. An offset I formation here. Jim Bird under center. Tosses it out to the left side, cutting to the right, spinning at the 40, and being dragged down is Walker at the 39-yard line. Cad Cohen makes the stop.
Let's see if they go ahead and drop back and pass it. You know, they haven't played for a while. They don't have the perfect route combinations, but if they can go ahead and get it in the air, that might excite some things around here.
We'll have to see what the number of passes attempted tonight. Might be kind of a ground game for these two teams, as like you said, the routes are probably not as sharp as they used to be. 3rd down. Bird in the shotgun. Has to deal with the snap going over his head. He falls on it down at the 47-yard line, and then he is called down back at the 50.
Around midfield, loss on the play.
And the loss on the play brings up 4th down, and the Lions are going to come out with the punting unit.
Kind of a rusty first possession for the Granger team, but I probably expect the same thing for this Round Rock ISD squad as well.
It's been a long time since either of us have played football, and I imagine, you know, this is kind of backyard football in a way tonight, as it's definitely not something where the coaches have been on you all week long.
Yeah, you guys haven't been practicing tackling drills or anything like that, and it's first time you get hit out there, Carl. It's stress relief, I guess you could say.
Kyle Jenke will send this one back. It is being returned by the Warriors, being pushed out of bounds across the 40-yard line. On the play is Rob Black, and Black gets the return out to the 40-yard line. 43 is where the ball will be placed. Round Rock ISD is the official scoreboard title here. We have a lot of Warriors out there going up against the Granger Lions, but we'll be referring to the team in black as Round Rock ISD from now on. Let's see what the Round Rock ISD team has coming out in their first offensive series. 1st and 10, ball on their own 42-yard line. It's a pistol formation here. It's Brad Erickson dropping back for a pass, firing across the middle. It's intercepted. Getting across the 50, the 40, and down on the play is the man who came up with the pick for the Granger Lions. Ramont Taylor coming up with the interception.
Ramont Taylor, one of those former Longhorns I was speaking about earlier. This guy actually had a lot of success at UT. He played in the national championship game, and you saw the athleticism there, Carl.
Yes, as he's picking up the first interception, the first turnover in live action, as Ramont Taylor was a last-second addition to these rosters and already making his presence known.
Yeah, people around these parts, they know Ramont Taylor pretty well.
It'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 45-yard line following the interception. We have a new quarterback in the game here for Granger. Oh, excuse me, that is still Bird, and Bird drops back. He's going to look for a deep ball down the left sideline. It is caught. That's coming down with it on the play was Jake Kadurka, and that's a big gain on 1st down to get into the Round Rock ISD side of the field to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good job by the DB staying by him stride for stride, but it was a good job by the receiver high pointing that ball and bringing it down. And it looks like the old guy still has a little bit of athleticism left in him.
First and 10 from the 27. The Lions into Round Rock territory. I formation here, Bird under center. Hard count, draws off the defense. See what the flags are about, and the official comes in and says that it's a false start. Probably have to be careful on the hard count, too. You lose a little discipline with those cobwebs. So another false start. Makes it 1st and 15 here from the 32-yard line. Bird under center. And we have more whistles. Another false start here.
It's about the 4th false start on this Granger offensive line right here. They're a little nervous, maybe?
You know, it's something that takes a little while to jump back in, and nerves could be part of it. I imagine this is the first padded football game that these guys have had in a while, and you know how it is when you're ready to hit somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably been over a decade as well, so you don't know the quarterback's cadence as well, so it's expected.
It'll be Bird in the shotgun. He drops back for a pass, fires down the right sideline. It's a good catch at around the 17-yard line by Walker again. And Walker gets close to the 1st down inside the 20.
It'll be 2nd down and 1.
2nd and 1, and those back-to-back false start penalties don't seem to matter too much now. Clock moving. 10:21 left here in the first quarter. Granger and Round Rock ISD scoreless so far, but we have the Lions in the red zone. From the right hash mark, 2nd and 1 on the 19-yard line. It's a pitch out to the left side. Running is Walker. He lowers his shoulder at the 20, fights for that 1st down. Not quite sure if he got it, and we'll bring up 3rd down.
They were reading Walker pretty early on that sweep play to the left right there, and they came up and met him in the backfield. But he did a good job of making a couple more yards after initial contact.
Michael McFadden makes the stop here, and as we get back to around the 20-yard line, it looks like there's no real gain.
And several from 2010, so a big
huddle breaks for the Lions.
veteran athletes out there.
3rd and about 3.
3rd and 2.
Officially 3rd and 2. It'll be a long 2. I formation here, Bird under center. And flags come out. Looks like a false start here.
On the play. A false start. 5-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd and 7 for Granger.
So what would have been short yardage on a run play looks like it might have to be a setup for a pass play here, and it's been effective through the air for Bird so far. He has 2 passes that have brought the Lions down the field.
He has some big play receivers on the outside. They've done a good job on 2 occasions going up and getting the ball, and let's see if they go to those big receivers on 3rd down right here.
Play clock at 5 seconds. They're going to have to hurry to avoid the delay of game. And it's officially 0, and this will be another 5-yard penalty. Oop, they might have gotten the timeout off in time.
From time to time tonight, we're going to recognize a few sponsors.
Looks like there was a timeout right there, and we're here on SHN Sports. Happy you joined us. Carl Schoening along with Brandon Jones. It's the annual memorial game here for the Kelly Reeves Alumni Foundation, put on by Gridiron Glory Alumni Games. And we have a good one so far tonight with 9:04 left in the first. It's been a defensive battle. We've already seen Ramonce Taylor come up with an interception for the Lions to set up this drive here for Granger, as they have a 3rd down coming up, and it's a big 3rd down, and it's probably still 4-down territory as they're a little bit far out of field goal range. Bird in the shotgun. To his left is Banda. 2 receivers on both sides. He's going to drop back for a pass. Fires down towards the end zone, and it's batted away. Good defense there by Round Rock ISD. Patrick Gamble was the intended receiver.
Well, they took a gamble with Gamble right there on that play. I knew they would go ahead and try somebody on the outside, and they did a good job, the Round Rock ISD defense, of denying that long pass.
So now we have 4th down coming up. And the ball moves inside the 20.
3rd and short for Granger.
Oh, it'll be 3rd and short here. High formation for Bird. 2 receivers on the right side. Tight end on the left side. Bird hands it off to Walker, who goes off right guard, lowers his shoulder, picks up the 1st down to the 16-yard line, and that was able to get the new series of downs here for the Lions as they keep this drive alive in the red zone.
Did a good job of picking up that 3rd down on 3rd down conversion to try to go ahead and get the first score in this game with 8:20 remaining in the first quarter.
Ball is placed at the 16-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 16 for the Lions. They're trying to get into that end zone and be the first ones to score. 2 receivers lined up on the right side, 2 on the left, and now a timeout coming from Round Rock ISD.
Timeout. Their first timeout of the half.
First timeout here, so both teams have used timeouts so far here, and Carl Schoening bringing you this game here on SHN Sports. We have some sponsors that we'd like to let you know. Air Performance Service, Inc. is a gold sponsor, and a silver sponsor here is Carson Rogers, Farmers Insurance Agent, as well as HEB, PDQ Restaurant, and Bellini's Texas Grill. At halftime, we have a youth football game for you. It'll be the Round Rock Raiders versus the ATX Longhorns, and those programs are sponsored and donated by Roberts Printing Company, Design Printings and Signs. Back here to live action as the timeout is over. some substitutions being made on the Lions side. Looks like Ramont Taylor will walk off the sidelines. 8 minutes left here in the first. 1st and 10 from the 16 for Granger. 2 receivers on the left side, 2 on the right. Bird in the shotgun. Drops back. Looks like he's going for the end zone, and he has the ball almost intercepted, and this goes incomplete. Clock is stopped at 7:38. And that's the danger of going for the end zone on those deep passes. The ball kind of hangs up there in the air, and anybody can really kind of come away with it. That was a close one.
Yeah, that was a close one on that play, and that's why you want to rely on the run game with the wind conditions like this and try to go ahead and have a sound run game to go ahead and maybe open things up in the pass game. Short flat area, intermediate passes.
We have a wind coming in from the north side going to the south. It's a fairly strong wind. So it'll be rough for any field goal kickers kicking towards that north goalpost. And we have a snap that kind of goes down at the line of scrimmage. There's some whistles that blow this play dead. Let's see what the officials have. Another flag comes in late, it looks like. It'll be a false start backing up 5 yards.
Penalty against Granger. Delay of game.
Oh, delay of game, I beg your pardon. So still same result, 5 yards back. So 2nd down, 15 yards, the yard to gain being the 11. Ball on the 21-yard line. 2 receivers on the left side. Bird in the shotgun. Delayed handoff here, and on the draw play, it will be Walker taking it around left end. He gets to the 20-yard line for a pickup of 1.
Down at the 20, 3rd down. Line to get is the 6-yard line.
And again, we have another 3rd and long. Let's see if he goes to his go-to receivers on the outside and try to pick it up through the air.
Similar formation that we've seen a little bit this drive. A spread look, 2 receivers both ways. Bird with 2 steps on the drop, steps up in the pocket, looks for the end zone, and it's almost intercepted.
Bird's pass intended for Patrick Gamble.
Patrick Gamble was the one who was being looked for by Bird right there. The play has Corey Robbins just dropping the interception. So that brings up 4th down, ball on the 20, yard to gain the 11. 14 yards away are the Lions. Lions line up in the I formation. Bird under center, tosses out to the right side. Walker, he's going to pass it towards the end zone and making the snag, but looks like he fell out of bounds, incomplete for the Lions, and really good play right there, as looking for the catch was Jake Kandraka, and that'll be a turnover on downs, but a little bit of trick play right there, Brandon, as they had the little toss out to the right side, and Walker tried to show off his arm, and that was almost 6 points for the Lions.
Well, they shouldn't have been surprised by that play, Carl. As soon as they did the sweep right there, they had to know that it had to be a pass with the 4th and 11 going on. So good job right there by the Round Rock ISD defense of getting off the field on 4th down.
Here we have Round Rock with the handoff, and they'll run it left. Pick up about 4 yards on the play.
That's Alumni on the carry. Taking those 3 yards.
Tozo on the carry there, brings it to 2nd and about 7. Erickson in the shotgun. Tozo behind him. He's going to toss it out to the left side. Tozo wants to run down the numbers, and he gets the 1st down as he's hit.
There's a hit right there. That carry was by Alfilmer Tozo, and Ramont Taylor with the hit.
Ramont Taylor made the stop right there, but not before Tozo got the first down. So winning the battle was Taylor, but winning the war was Tozo, and picking up the first down and keeping this drive going.
Yeah, Taylor did a good job of bringing his hat with him, but a good job by Tozo picking up that first down and moving the chains.
Nobody really afraid of contact so far in this game. Looks like they've been looking forward to having some physical play out there tonight. Erickson hands it off to Tozo, who wants to take it outside, wide to the right side, lowers his shoulder to 35, and he's shoved out of bounds around the 36-yard line. As a good job by the Lions, able to kind of bottle him up and make sure that he wasn't able to just take it down off right tackle. Still good speed shown by Tozo right there as he picks up 5. Clock moving here. 4:28, no score between Round Rock ISD and Granger. It's a shotgun Erickson. Single receivers on both sides. Hand off to Tozo. He wants to go up the middle on a dive. Gets across the 40. Fights for that first down, and I think he got it. Yep, Tozo to the 42-yard line. Picks up another first down, and he has some speed out there, and it looks like he's going to tag out and get a little bit of a rest. Well-deserved, as he's pretty much kept this drive going here for Round Rock ISD.
Well, on the first play last drive, they dropped back to throw it, and they threw an interception, so they want to stay on the ground, and they're doing a good job on this drive, moving the chains and taking it play by play.
Erickson in the pistol. Another handoff here, running off left guard and getting cut up at the 46-yard line. Leonard Hinojosa making the stop. Second and 5. Here's a pitch, another run out to the right side, and able to make a few man miss and getting across midfield, rolling forward to the 46-yard line and entering Lions territory are Round Rock ISD.
Out for the first down. Out to the 47-yard line of Granger.
Here we see a little bit of a long huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. Round Rock ISD lines up with a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the Lions, 47-yard line. They've kept it on the ground most of this drive. In fact, the entire time this drive. Here as we have whistles come in before the play goes off and a delay of game. We have play clocks on both sides of the field. Certainly a kind of a rusty habit as well, checking those out, Brandon, as both teams have had their fair share of false starts and delay games tonight. 5-yard penalties. Back up to the 48 in their own territory. It'll be Erickson throwing it deep down the left sideline, making the catch at the 20, the 10. He'll dance or trot on into the end zone, and that's a touchdown for Round Rock ISD.
Did a good job going over the top right there. It looked like Taylor was cheating in the box, expecting to run, and was nowhere in coverage, and the one-on-one coverage was beat on the outside, and a touchdown for the Round Rock ISD team.
Darren Mathis coming up with the big bomb, 52 yards on the play. And now we have the point after attempt. I imagine both teams will be going for 2.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any kicking today, Carl. You know, we might see a surprise kick or something, but I doubt it.
Here's a handoff running left and trying to cut it in, spinning into the end zone, and we have a 2-point conversion.
Gets the 2-point conversion on a nice run. Your score with 2:07 remaining in the first quarter. Round Rock ISD 8, Granger 0.
So it's 8-0 here with 2:07 left in the first. And a good job right there by RRISD to take it down the field. And the one big pass right there, the 58-yard line, you know, they kept running, and eventually that set up the pass. And a big play right there as they were able to find Mathis, who was able to get away from his single defender.
Yeah, they tried to go back to the pass game that was ineffective for them on the first drive after they had threw the interception, but they did a good job going back to it, staying with it, and coming up with a big play down the left sideline.
We'll go to the Ron McDonald house.
It'll be Round Rock ISD kicking this one away, ensuing the touchdown and 2-point conversion. Cody Bailey will send this one away. Ball lined up on the 35-yard line.
This is about all the kicking we'll see all night tonight, probably, Carl, on these kickoffs. No punts, no field goals, no extra points.
Bailey shows off his leg here and sends an end-over-end kick that bounces at the 10-yard line. It'll be returned by the Lions. Walker, he's going to cut at the 30, try and angle his way out of bounds at the 35-yard line, and a good return right there to the 36.
36-yard line.
So, this is where the Lions are going to try and answer back with a score of their own as they start at the 37 of their own territory. Defense for Round Rock ISD, holding them to no points so far with 1:55 left in the first. 15-minute quarters here tonight.
See if they can get back to that running game that they had some success with on their first drive.
Dropping back will be Bird. He's going to scan to the left, and this one intercepted and then dropped on the play for Round Rock ISD. That was Rob Black.
You know, that's about the third interception that they've dropped already. Sooner or later, they're going to have to take advantage of these unsafe throws right here by the quarterback of the Granger team.
Second and 10 with 1:35 here. Bird under center from the 37-yard line. A pitch out to the left side. Walker will take it across the 35, finds a hole as he cuts to the right and gets across the 40, and he's brought down at the 43-yard line. Third down coming up right here, and a play action might be a smart play right now, Brandon.
Yeah, possibly. You know, might catch them off guard. They almost got him on the sweep pass last possession. Let's see if they go something like that again. Surprised to not see Romance Taylor on offense for this team.
Well, you were telling me before the game that he played offense for Texas, so that might not necessarily be fair here as Walker will take it to the right side, follow a blocker, but still get hit at the 40, and fourth down will come up.
He may be saving them for the fourth quarter. Maybe that's the game plan, you know. Things get out of hand.
Take things, both teams, you know, you have the opportunity to play both ways here. He's been playing a lot of defense tonight. Now fourth down coming up, and we'll have to see if they have a punting unit here or what the Lions will like to do. They have a lot of players on the field right now as a lot of substitutions are being made. In this case, with no field goals, you know, even if you're going to give the opposing team a short field to work with, it's probably a good idea to go for it on fourth down, and timeout will be called here. Oh, excuse me. That'll be the end of the first quarter. So we have a stoppage of play right now as we switch sides, and a good job by the Lions to have a little clock management right there as they decide what they're going to do on fourth down. And we'll add another 15 minutes on the clock here for the first half. We are happy you joined us here on SHN Sports for the RRISD High School alum versus Granger High School alum today at Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex for the Kelly Reeves Alumni Foundation annual memorial game. The Kelly Reeves Alumni Foundation was founded by football players from Round Rock Independent School District. It was created to help kids in desperate need of support during the most difficult times of their lives. We hope to follow in Coach Reeves' footsteps, helping children when they need it most. That's the Kelly Reeves Alumni Foundation. 4th and a long way to go here. It'll be a punt for the Lions as this one is sent away, being fielded by Rob Black at around the 20. He stutter steps, tries to change directions, and he makes a few men miss. Gets across the 30, tiptoes the sideline, cuts across to the 40, gets to the 45, 50, and he is down there as he enters the Lions side of the field. Flags come in on the play in the area of blocks in the back, but that was a good return right there by Rob Black.
Yeah, he did a good job of making something out of nothing. It looked like he was bottled up around the 20-yard line and ended up around the 45, but looks like it might be coming back for a block in the back.
4-8-5-6 and 4-8-2.
See what the officials have. And yes, this will go against Round Rock ISD, backs them up. Round Rock ISD made up of several schools. The ever-growing Round Rock ISD. We're both McNeil alumni. That's in Round Rock. Obviously, the Round Rock Dragons are in Round Rock ISD. The Westwood Warriors as well. Cedar Ridge is a fairly new school.
1st and 10.
Stony Point is in that district. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 40 for Round Rock ISD after the return by Black. Erickson is in the shotgun. It's a handoff here, and running off right guard, lowering his shoulder and fighting across the 40 to the 43-yard line. There on the play, it's Courtney Harris. Pickup of about 4.
2nd down and 6.
Clock moving here at 14:25 in the 2nd quarter. 8-0 your score. Round Rock ISD leading Granger. Round Rock ISD has the football. 2 men in the backfield with Erickson. Single receiver on both sides. Handoff to Harris, who wants to take it outside on the left side, and he is dragged down on the play. A good stop being made by the Lions. That's Fabian Ochoa. So Ochoa with the wrap-up bring down. I know you played a little bit of linebacker, Brandon. Is this game making you have the itch to go back out there?
It's making me want to go out there, Carl, but I know once I get hit for the first time, I'm going to be glad that I don't do it anymore. So I'm glad where I am behind the camera.
3rd down here for Round Rock ISD. 4 yards to the line to gain, which is midfield. Singles receivers on both sides. Erickson with a play on a pass out to the right side. Flags come in as the ball falls incomplete.
Broken up. Flag on the play.
Let's see what the flags are about. The intended receiver down there was Will Bowman.
It was a bang-bang play, so it'll be interesting to see what the flag is.
Looks like it'll go against Round Rock. Legal man down the field. Stops the clock at 3 minutes, 18 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. The flag will be declined by the Lions and bring up 4th down. No real substitutions coming in here for Round Rock ISD, and it looks like they might go for it. They have 4 yards to pick up, 4th and 4 from their own 46-yard line. Pistol formation for Erickson. And he's going to pooch punt this one. Nobody really back deep to receive it. It bounces at the 38, and it'll roll across the 35 on a Round Rock roll. And it goes to the 33-yard line. And Taylor right there making a kind of risky play, just kind of hovering over the ball. If that touches his foot, that'll be live ball for Round Rock to pick up. So kind of risky right there as he was staring that ball down.
I don't know if you saw him at all at Texas, but he was a guy that kind of took a lot of chances. So it's something that I'm not too surprised to see from the guy.
It's all about having fun out there, Brandon.
Yeah, I guess so, you know.
It'll be 1st and 10 here for the Lions. They're at their own 33-yard line. 12:45 left here in the second quarter. It's 8-0, Round Rock ISD leading Granger. I formation for Bird under center. Bird with the handoff to Walker, and he's going to get across the 35 and takes a hit at the 39-yard line, picks up 6 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down now. The Lions doing a good job moving the ball. It hasn't quite produced into points, as they did have it in the red zone first, but they were unable to score and turned it over on downs. But they have gotten their false start issues out of the way. It's a screen play out to the left side, catching it on the bobble and then having it knocked away, incomplete for Granger. Gamble is the man who was looking to try and make the play and just unable to grab a hold of it, and probably good in a way because it looked like the defenders out there were really ready to go for it, as they almost picked that up. And had it been a fumble, obviously it wasn't because it was an incomplete pass, but they would have been able to jump on that and take it the other way. Yeah, they were on that screen pass pretty quick, and like you said, if they would have completed that pass, it would have been a loss of at least 2 or 3 yards. So it was a good job by the RRISD defense of reading that screen. There's a fumble at the goal, at the line of scrimmage, and see who jumped back on top of it, as there was a poor exchange, and it's recovered by Round Rock ISD. Ball starts at the 40-yard line in Granger territory for Round Rock ISD here.
Been a rough day for the Granger offense. They had like you said, they started off the game with a couple nice runs to get the game going, but ever since then, their offense has stalled quite a bit, and this has been in the Round Rock ISD favor.
From the 40. 2 receivers on both sides for Erickson. Play action. Firing to the right. Lowering his shoulder and getting to the 30-yard line after making the catch is Cody Bailey. Bailey listed as a tight end and defensive back. Ball gets to the 29-yard line, so gain of 11 on that play. Clock moving here at 11:30 left in the second quarter. 8-0 your score. Round Rock ISD leading Granger. 2 receivers split on both sides. Right hash mark here for Erickson. Pass out to the left side, and catching it will be Mathis. Mathis stays on his feet, gets to the 25, and falls out of bounds at the 24-yard line. So a good play there by Mathis to break off the initial contact and pick up some positive yards as he approaches a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, he got hit, I want to say, a yard past the line of scrimmage, but he did a good job of shaking off the defender and picking up an extra 5.
And, you know, he kind of backpedaled a little bit after contact that some referees might have called forward progress, but he was able to shake it off quickly enough to get away from the defender and pick up more yards. Erickson with the same formation on 2nd and 4. It's a handoff, and switching sides out here across the 20. Lowers his shoulder at the 15 and runs over a defender to get to the 13-yard line.
That's a first down.
Sims on the power run right there, and sacrificing his body was Torberus Robinson, and he made the stop there at the first big collision of the day's cost. First and 10 now. Red zone opportunity for Round Rock ISD. They lead it 8-0 with the clock moving at 10 minutes left in the first half. Erickson, two-step drop, looking for a pass. Has to get away from pressure. He rolls out to the right, stays on his feet, and then he's tripped up from behind.
Did a good job of getting him in the backfield right there. He scrambled for a minute. It looked like a receiver broke open, but they were able to get the quarterback down on the ground for a loss of about 8.
Brandon Crathers, class of 2008, making the stop there for the Lions.
One of the younger players out there, it seems like.
10-yard loss on that play.
Looking at this Granger lineup, the oldest gentleman we have out there is Jim Bird, who was born in '86. And he's playing quarterback, so they're making sure the experience goes out there.
Born in '86 or did
excuse me, graduated in '86.
Like,
I beg your pardon. Not born in '86, graduated in '86. Thank you. Long second down here following the backfield tackle. Erickson looks for a swing pass out to the right side. Sims down to 20. Gets to the 15-yard line and finds the original line of scrimmage. So a good play right there.
Chain crew, please just drop the sticks.
So just getting shy of the original first down and to the 15-yard line, our Round Rock ISD. Clock still ticking at 8:25. Two receivers to the left, two receivers on the right. Erickson, pistol formation, 3rd and 11. Fires to the right side. A man has the catch there as it was thrown into triple coverage, and he stays on his feet. The play is finally blown dead after no forward progress and just short of the first down. The catch made there on the play by Carruthers, and class of 2005 is able to set up a 4th and short at the 5-yard line, and I can imagine this is probably going to be one of those run it up the middle plays.
Yeah, probably something up the middle, up the gut. They've done a good job of running inside the tackles tonight. Let's see if they go ahead and try to knock this in and go up about 16-0 on this Granger squad that has a lot of talent.
It's a big time here for Granger as they're packing the box, preparing for that run. Jumbo set here for Erickson, who hands it off, and now switching, coming outside and lowering his shoulder, getting into the end zone. Touchdown! Round Rock ISD adds on 6 more points.
Well, I guess we were both wrong, Carl. They went ahead and did some type of a counter to the left side and bounced it outside and did a good job of getting to the pylon. That was across the goal line.
Yeah, that was Bernie Jones deciding that running up the middle wasn't a good idea. Took it a little bit of sideways there after looking at the line of scrimmage and took it outside the tackles to get into the end zone. Now the point after attempt. It looks like it's the same formation a Jumbo set here with Erickson. And it looked like he wanted to pass it. He was immediately under pressure, and he's brought down by 2 men. And there will be no points scored on the point after attempt. But Round Rock ISD is able to make it 14-0 here with 6:55 left in the second quarter.
We want to thank the Texas Firewalkers.
Here, as we are waiting for the next one, we'd like to mention a few of the partners here for tonight's game. The Ronald McDonald House, Charities of Central Texas, the cornerstone programs of the Ronald McDonald House and Ronald McDonald Family Room programs. In staying in the house or the family rooms, families are just footsteps away from their hospitalized children, as well as Texas Firewalkers. Texas Firewalkers was created to fill the gap between the time immediately after a traumatic event occurs, such as a fire or an act of Mother Nature, and the time for other assistance arrives. They need to work to aid to fire victims in their time of need as well as first responders. www.texasfirewalkers.org. Bailey will kick this one off from the 35 following the 6 points put up by Round Rock ISD. Vermont's Taylor back deep at the 10-yard line. This will be a high and short kick angled at the 40 and going out of bounds. We have a legal procedure as diving on it will be the Lions. We'll see if they claim that the man up front was able to make the snag before the flag should come out.
It's always tricky to know if you got to let that ball go or try to pick it up. Depends on how fast the coverage team gets down there. And unfortunately, I don't think they're going to go ahead and get the procedure penalty.
Wooden was the one who was able to snag it on the diving catch right before it goes out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line for the Lions. Good crowd showing up here. A lot more people here on the home side than on the away side, but still probably a solid amount of people coming in. We have a lot of fun here. There's a moon bounce over there behind the north end zone. Some youth games players getting ready for the halftime game. But here, with 6:55 left in the second quarter, Round Rock ISD leads Granger. Granger looking to answer back.
That's at halftime, so stick around.
Here we go, Granger getting things going. Bird in the shotgun with an empty backfield. Fires deep down the left side, looking for Vermont's Taylor, but it was almost intercepted by Round Rock ISD. And that was Rob Black who had his hands on the pick, and he's frustrated with himself.
Yeah, he had the interception in his hands, but he did a good job of knocking that ball down. You don't want the ball to get into Vermont Taylor's hands in some space, and it almost got to him, and he had about 30 yards in front of him, but a good job by the defender breaking that ball up.
2nd and 10 from the 34. The incomplete pass stops the clock at 6:44. Trips left. Single receiver wide on the right side under center with an empty backfield is Bird. Bird with only a quick stop looks over to Lamont Taylor on the left side for a screen. Taylor's able to evade one tackle, gets across the 35, speeds his way up to the 40 before he is brought down on the play, and he picks up about 7 yards on an impressive screenplay.
That's 2 plays in a row. They've targeted Taylor. It looks like they're trying to do whatever they can to get the ball in his hands in space and let him do what he does.
3rd and about 4 here for Granger. Trips right. Tight end on the left side. High snap taken by Bird. He's under pressure. He wants to roll out to the right. He's going to tuck it and run across the 40 to the 45. Goes diagonally across the field to the 50. Has the first down and about 6 yards more as he is at midfield where he's brought down. Bird, the oldest man on the roster, showing that he has some wheels.
He did a good job of scanning the field. There was nothing down there, and he did a good job of tucking the ball and running and picking up the first down. And he showed no fear running that football. You know, you don't want to take the hard hits. It's been a while since he's been touched, and he did a good job of doing what he had to do to move the chains.
You think these guys are going to be sore tomorrow?
They're going to be extremely sore for the next week or so. Definitely. You know, they're older guys, and when you haven't played for a while, you haven't been hit in a decade, it might take a toll on you.
You don't have that daily stretching that your high school coaches made you go through either. So I imagine, yeah, they need to get their protein shakes in after this one. It'll be Lamont Taylor running quarterback. He's going to fire deep down the right sideline on a spiral, and he's off just to the left of his intended receiver. That one was meant for Alexander, but he was unable to catch up to it. Those are 2 late entries to today's game, Lamont Taylor and Alexander. And we might still be getting a few numbers here, as, you know, not everybody's quite on the roster, because it's one of these things where it's like, really, we can go out there and play in pads? I'm down, you know. You just find out about it today, and sounds like a lot of fun.
Sounds good, but it's kind of dangerous to get out here. You know, it's been a while since you've been in pads before, and luckily we have EMS on the scene if anything unfortunate happens. And
that's at every football game, and you know that's the thing. It's an awesome sport in that sense where it's like, you know, you feel the adrenaline of, you know, getting hit by somebody else. Here's Lamont Taylor escaping the pocket, firing deep down the right sideline, caught at the 1-yard line, falling out of bounds after establishing both feet in, and a huge catch made on the play as Lamont Taylor escapes pressure, and then he finds his man, Patrick Gamble.
He took a gamble, and Gamble did a good job of getting his feet in at the 1-yard line, and we'll see if they could punch it in from the 2.
First and goal from the 2-yard line for Granger. They're down 14-0, and they have their best opportunity to score this evening. Clock moving at 4:26 left in the second quarter. The big gain right there from Taylor to Gamble. Gamble lined up wide to the right. Taylor looks like he'll go under center out of the eye. Taylor has a mishap on the snap and a fumble. It's able to hop back on top by the fullback. And that'll be a loss for Granger, but better than a turnover, especially that close to the goal line.
I know it's been a while since Lamont Taylor has played football, but I know for sure it's been a while since he's been under center. You know, that's a foreign thing nowadays in football, to get underneath your center and get the snap. But they tried it close to the goal line. I expect him to be in the shotgun from here on out.
You know, under center right there, you probably where they were, kind of close to the goal line, but I agree. The shotgun, even inside the 5, is just kind of a common occurrence these days.
Nowadays, but I'm with being under center. You can go ahead and do your quarterback sneaks, and it's, you know, an easier exchange for the most part, but I guess maybe not after the fumble on that first down play.
Taylor in the shotgun. Walker to his right. Zone read. Taylor with the keeper as he runs to the right. He pump fakes, gets across the 5, and he's able to cut his way into the end zone for a Granger touchdown.
And there you see the athleticism. 3 plays, Carl, and he went ahead and got the first down for this Granger team, and they got ahead and got into the end zone. And we have a ball game with 2:41 remaining in the first half.
And they're going to go for the point after attempt right here. And Granger, who has taken over at quarterback position, Taylor has led Granger down after taking over at the quarterback position, and he's probably going to be in that role for a good bit tonight. Bird still doing a good job, though, when he's in there.
Well, we were wondering when we would see Taylor on offense. We thought it would be later in the game, but with the 14-point deficit, they had to throw him in there and see what they could do.
Here he is in the shotgun on the point after attempt. Drops back for a pass, sidearms one in there, it's intercepted. Taking it down the right side, hurdling a defender at the 10, getting to the 20, and unable to take it all the way back. Good interception on the play.
Here are the 3 winners for PDQ gift cards.
So that's Rob Black who got the interception in the end zone. No 2 points given to Granger after their touchdown. 2:41 left in the second quarter. Round Rock ISD leads Granger 14-6.
And the 3rd ticket, last 4 numbers.
We have a lot of fun here tonight. These are fun games out here. And tonight being the Kelly Reeves Alumni Foundation annual memorial game benefiting the Ronald McDonald House and Charities of Central Texas. You know, we were talking about it. We have some inflatables over there on the end zone, and I don't know, I might miss that more than I miss football, Brandon. The ability to just kind of go in and have fun on those moon bounces.
See, those moon bounces, those are something that you never get too old for. Well, maybe you do, but people might judge you. But if nobody's around, why not? You know, enjoy yourself out here.
See if we can maybe go out there after the game. I imagine the players might enjoy it as well. Something where you can just kind of relax because, you know, it's pretty soft to jump up on and down on those. 14-6 now. Round Rock ISD setting up to receive this kick ensuing the touchdown from the Granger Lions. 2:41 left in the second quarter.